All right. Hey, good evening again, everybody. See, we're starting to build up a little bit of a crowd here. We'll give it a minute or two. We really have some important, very important training to go over tonight. That's why we're doing two training sessions this month because we're going to actually talk about three topics tonight that are really important, not only for training for you guys, but are really important for what we're doing at Navico right now. Especially with the new CMAPs. To me, that's just as important, if not more important, than the active target. What we have in those CMAPs are insane, especially in some of the areas up in the north, our coastal areas down in Florida. It's going to be a game changer, but there's a lot of lakes, especially in the north and out in the Midwest area, that are looking pretty good on that new CMAP reveal. So what we're going to do tonight is do a quick refresher right off the bat on CMAP reveal, or CMAP discover, and CMAP reveal. We're just going to go through. I'm not going to get into, and please do not ask me, are this lake on there? Is that lake on there? Is this lake? That call will go 3 hours, and I don't think that's anyone's intentions tonight. There's no way I can say if every lake in the world is on there. So we'll go over the differences between discover and reveal. And then we're going to jump into XM Sirius. The reason why I want to get into XM Sirius, a lot of you guys don't even know what XM Sirius is and what it's capable of doing, especially now that we have a product, we have a piece of that XM called fish mapping. And I will turn the call over to one of our pro staffer for Navios, who's also one of our top, if not the top SIMRAD pro staffer for us, David Wicker, who will be going over that part tonight. So we got 3 parts that we're going to go over tonight on it. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. And let me get everything set up here. So we'll go in. Can everybody see my screen?
Not yet.
Yes.
Just see you.
Yes.
All right, hold that thought.
There we go.
All right. So just going to go through the differences between discover and reveal, and then some things that we're going to do for you guys on the pro staff team that you should see coming here very, very, very soon. Okay, so 2 cards are out on the market, discover and reveal. Discover is just 1 card. I don't like to use the word entry level, but it is 1 card that covers the United States, Canada, down into the Bahamas. 1 card, high-res bat, nautical charts, custom depth shading, easy routing, tides, and currents. When we get into reveal, it's the customer who wants reveal data. So it's going to have everything that Discover has. It's going to have, if you remember in the coastal areas, we had reveal out already where we were showing high-res bat and we were showing the seafloor, where we're also going to show you the seafloor in more areas. And you're also going to be able to see satellite overlay. So again, when we say the global shaded relief, this is the new views in the CMAP reveal. This just happens to be off the Gulf of Mexico, but you're going to see this in your inland lakes also. So this is reveal, where Discover won't have this view and also satellite overlay. So again, just a couple more images of the shaded relief. So what we've done, if you remember how Brandy put this out there, we had all these charts. And we've gotten rid of these charts, and Discover is 1 product. 1 card does it all. Reveal is 1 product, but we have it split for the coastal guys and the inland guys. So there's reveal coastal, reveal inland, and then they're broken down by territories. So again, for Discover, it's a $124 card. And when we get into the coastal for reveal, it's $249. Your lakes are $169 and $129. And this is a chart. So Contour Plus is what comes in the Lowrance embedded charts. Now, I was told as of last week, the HDS Lives coming from Ensenada now have the new V2 contour in them. So I would wait about another week or two, maybe toward the end of the month. Next time you're visiting a Bass Pro Cabela's, I'm gonna send the link of the serial number to look for. And if you happen to see any of the inventory with the new ones in, kind of do a flip flop. See if we can get the old one, the one that's on display down, put it back in its box and sell it, and then put this new one up. That way we're showing the V2 contours. But at the rate we're selling through HDS Lives, they ought to be hitting Bass Pro Cabela's here very, very soon. So the differences between Discover and Reveal, again, when you get into the satellite imagery, shaded relief, etc. So, and I'm going to make sure you guys get the cheat sheets on this too, if you haven't gotten them already. So again, what's in Reveal is what you see in the top: raster charts, shaded relief, shaded overlay, satellite. Yeah, what you get, and all products. I'm sorry, this is Reveal, what you see in the top. So that's the difference. You now get raster, you get your shaded relief, and now you get your satellite overlay. And both of these products, including the Discover, is you're getting the vector chart custom depth shading, which is very popular, where we can go in there and shade it 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can go in there and shade them any way we want to shade these charts. High res bat, easy routing, and obviously you get your tides and currents. If the CMAP viewer, that's something you should have on your phone. We've told all the West Marine associates, and we've had our TMs tell the Bass Pro associates, they can pull that up on the computer, and they can show you can show the customer their actual area and what it's going to look like if they buy that card. So Discover, again, it's kind of the same slide. That's the coverage for Discover. One card does it all. This is what you're seeing come in the Simrad Go 9s right now, especially at West Marine. And for the stores at the Bass Pros that are selling Simrad, those bundles will start coming with the Discover here very soon too. But if one card that covers everything in the United States and for our friends up in Canada, that's a game changer, especially for the price. Discover cards are out at Bass Pro Cabela's. West Marine has them. Reveals have started to show up at West. I'm hoping they show up at Bass soon. There was a shipping issue with the wrong part number, but the Reveals should be coming here very, very soon to Bass Pros also. Again, there's the Discover, and then there's, I'm not going to get too much into the South America cards at the moment. Reveal, again, it's coastal or lakes or by state, and you get satellite overlay, shaded relief, and these are the areas for the CMAP coastal for $249. What's really good down here in the Florida area is we've got the Caribbean, the Bahamas. We got the Bahamas on there. That's really good for our coastal cruisers. So we got two cards here. If you look, the Chesapeake Bay to the Bahamas is one card, or if the person's in the Florida area, they get the whole Texas, Louisiana, Florida coast. I mean, almost down here to Cancun and to Belize. So it's really good coverages. The Northeast, the West Coast of California, the Great Lakes. Some really good coverages. Alaska, there's Hawaii, the Marshall Islands. So when we get into the lakes, there is the Reveal Lakes Canada, and then it's broken down: U.S. Lake South, Southeast, Lake West. There's always going to be the guy that lives on the border state that's going to need two cards, no matter where, because everybody always asks, well, why did the boundary have to be there? Well, the boundary has to be somewhere. It just happened to be. So yeah, like if you're in Maryland, you need the Southeast card. And if you're in Virginia and you want to fish in Maryland, but there has to be a break somewhere in them. And then when you get into the state-specific cards, you can get just the states. These are the SKU numbers for CMAP Reveal, Lakes, CMAP Coastal, and then the Discover is very easy. It's either North America or South America. Show you a couple different charts in here. What we had before, what it looks like now to the right here. Thought I had a satellite picture in here too.
Hey, Chris, I don't mean to interrupt, but I can't see anything on my screen except CG.
Is anybody else seeing my slides?
Yeah, I can see them.
Gotcha.
I got them.
Yeah, I got them.
I got them.
I got them.
Okay.
So do I.
I had trouble seeing. I logged off and came back on, and now I see.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're back. So again, that's the differences. I just wanted to go over real quick from what Brandy put on a couple months ago. It's been a while since they've come out. Since we did that training, I wanted to take a few minutes to do a refresher. We are working on getting cards to you. So I remember if you remember, Brandy said that we were going to get everybody set up with the Genesis card. I'm sorry, Genesis Edge, the account where you can download. Well, working with my boss and some help there, we're gonna get some actual cards to you guys, some real cards. And what we're doing is in the first batch, it's going to be to the guys that have been visiting stores first. Our guys that have been out visiting stores, we're going to get that first batch to you. As we get some more, because I just can't get my hands on that many of them that quick. So we're going to get them in the hands of the guys that are visiting the stores first. Then as we get more and more guys back out on the road, we'll get our hands on some more and we'll get them out to you. So what we did is we picked an area that you're in. So for the coastal guys that are majority coastal, you're going to get a CMAP Reveal card, a coastal card. For Bass Pro Cabela's guys, we picked the territory that best fits your area, which for the most part, they were pretty easy. There's going to be a few of you that live on a border state that I should have got this card. We'll work with you later on switching them out, because we really want you guys to have these when you go to the stores. We want you to use them, but we want you to also be able to talk about them and show them off, pound your chest when you get in these stores. This is huge. This changes the mapping game completely. You're going to notice, not this week, I don't think they'll be in this week's visits, but next week's visits, your promo mash questions are going to change. And there's going to be 4 or 5 questions at the bottom directly related to CMAP. Were you talking about CMAP? What was the customers think? What did they think about CMAP? So there's going to be some questions in your promo mash on CMAP. So we're doing our best to get these out to you. For you guys that are trying to get your Genesis account, your Go Free account, just go ahead and log on, get yourself an account. I do know Brandy is backed up pretty heavy, and she's trying to do her best to get those accounts set up for you. But we're going to do our best to get some SD cards out to you guys and let you go in the stores and pound your chest. And by all means, use them yourself. So I just wanted to take a few minutes because I know we got a lot to go over tonight on this. Some of the West Marine locations do have or will have a few demo cards sent to them by their office. They're only going to have Discover cards, and they're only going to be in the big flagships and the helms. So some of the big stores. Right now, we're not sending anything to the stores. For now, we want to make sure you guys have them, because you know what happens when we send them to the stores. We'll be sending one a week. Inventory approves down the road. We may address that. Right now, we're not going to send them to the store, that many out to the stores, especially with the turnover in some of these Bass Pros and Cabela's right now. All right. Again, just wanted to take a few minutes to go over that real quick. And what we'll do is we will jump right into Sirius XM. And can everybody see the Sirius slide?
I can.
All right, I'm getting better at this thing. Okay, so Sirius XM Marine weather. You've all heard of the WM3. We've had WM2, WM3. Now we're out with now it's out with WM4. So WM4, it's actually been out a year, and there are some connection differences between the WM4 and the WM3. And then when I turn it over to David, he's going to talk to you guys about, for coastal use, fish mapping, which you guys have heard about for the last 6 to 8 months. Well, with the new Simrad, with the new 20.2 software update for Simrad, you will be able to use the fish mapping options. So what is the Sirius XM? It does several different things. We can see, and there is some use in some of your inland and some of your bigger lakes, but what Sirius XM does is it gives us a really good picture of the weather. So we can see sea surface temperatures. So we're looking for favorable conditions. We can see storm cells, lightning, wave periods, and directions right on the display of your unit. We can get grid weather. This is what grid weather is there's certain third-party apps out there. So this is for a lot of our cruisers that they can download grid weather up to, I think it's 8 days in advance. And then each one of these bars is 5 or 10 degrees in wind, so we can see the direction of the wind and the wind speed. This is also an option you can do if you don't have the live Doppler, but there's a lot of third-party apps out there that you can get. So you can see from the picture here to the left, we've got some thunderstorms, we've got some lightning offshore here in Florida, and you got a little bit of Doppler radar. Any one of these clouds we can touch, and it'll give us a weather report, which you'll see here very shortly. So again, there's a picture of Doppler radar. And then we've got all these options that we're going to talk about over here to the side. So all this we get from the chart screen. So all this is from the chart. There is no tab to open up XM. It's in the chart screen, and then it's in your overlays. So again, if we click the block for SST, we get the sea surface temperatures.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
If I can throw in on your sea surface temperatures, if you zoom into an area and you put your pointer or cursor on that certain area, that will also pop it up in the lower left-hand corner of the screen and give you the actual temperature.
So what he's saying is, if you see my cursor, I see my pointer, if I was to come up to the Simrad unit or the unit right here, let's just say I'm going to zoom in this area right off of South Carolina, where my pointer is at, there will be a number to come up and tell me what that temperature is.
Yes, that's correct. It will be in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. It will also come up and give you your lat long.
Forecast wave. So there's a lot of information here that we can use for weather. We can use for wave forecast, wave height, surface features. We talked about the forecast barbs, your fronts, where your high pressure is, where your low pressure is, where the fronts move. But it's almost like having live, it is having live weather. Cloud tops, and the one before where we have our echo tops. Lightning, which none of us want to see on a boat in the water, but we'll always see lightning strikes within our, whatever the range is that we set by clicking the lightning tab up here. So this will detect the lightning strikes in the area. So here's your weather station. This one just happens to be off of Marathon. So when you click on this weather station, this screen will pop up and it'll be the observations. It tells you what time, January 30th at 1900 hours. The wind is from the north-northwest at 340, 16 gusting to 19, and the air temperature 69. This is very good information. If I'm running from one of these other islands out here, I can kind of see what's ahead of me when I get there. So, I mean, all these there's a weather station. There's 2 of them here in Key West. You can see any one of these that pop up when you have the XM weather turned on. You're going to be able to click on this and get this weather forecast. And again, when we click on one of these clouds, and in this case, there seems to be plenty of them. We have the storm tracks on, but again, you'll see the cloud top height that's 28,000 feet that tells us which way the storm is moving. That's a fast moving storm right there at 64 miles an hour. A lot of information here, especially especially for the coastal, but I mean, I can see some of this in your inland lakes, some of your bigger lakes inland, large bodies of water when storms brewing up, a couple hundred miles away, you know exactly what time you need to get out. Obviously, I don't think any of us want to see this when we're on the water. But we've got a watch box that tells us there's a tornado and the tornado watch in that area. Same thing. If we were to click on this little icon, it would take us to the screen and give us whatever the last observation was of that watch. I heard there's certain people that might have had this week. They all kind of went to a place far, far west, and I kind of heard rumors that it was very, very cold. Well, yeah, there could be, hey, you guys that really fish out there, winter storm warning. But again, it's getting live weather predictors, really helping you make a good decision. Where am I going on the water today? If I'm going to go out on the water today, and if I'm out there already, where is that storm moving? So how can I get around it to get home? That's what this is doing for us. So these are our marine zone warnings. Our marine zones are for our coastal cruisers that travel. They can see certain areas. Where am I going to, if I'm going to cruise the coast tonight, where can I duck in certain parts? So there is a warning level. There is a warning right here off of Cape Canaveral, and it tells you what the urgent weather marine. So this might be if I'm doing a coastal cruise, coming from the Keys, maybe going to Charleston or something, I'm going to pull in before I get up into this area tonight. Again, just more examples of the information you get on the screen. Helping you just make better decisions, safer decisions out there. All right, with Sirius XM, there's the cost to buy the box, but then there are subscription fees. So your lowest price is going to be $12.99 a month, up to $54.99 a month. And there's different packages for what you can get. So the $12.99 a month, and you got all, like, so if you go down to the 54, you're getting all the coastal package features, sea surf temps, and it's the entire coverage area that covers weather, wind, wave forecast. This is everything except for what David's going to talk about here shortly. All right, here, if you guys have been working West Marines, you have heard this. Okay, part 1, at minimum of 20.0 software has to be up in the unit for the WM4 to work. Now, what David's going to tell you here with fish mapping, you now need 20.2. Okay. Notice with WM3, we could use it on a go. WM4 no longer works on a Simrad Go or a B&G Vulcan or anything below an HDS Live or a Carbon. And when we first rolled out WM4, that, we had a lot of people that had Go units and have WM3s. Their best option is to move up to an Evo 3 right now, especially if the Evo 3s are on a reduced price because we now have the 3S out there. But please, we do not want to tell a customer that it does come in by Ethernet, et cetera, but it will not work on a Simrad Go. He's going to buy this, and he's going to be very disappointed. He's going to be very upset, and then we're going to have to figure out what to do. Evo 3, NSO Evo 3, NSO Evo 3, and 3S. Information display, which is our glass helm, HDS Live, and HDS Carbon. Okay. Simrad Go or Vulcan will not work. That is probably the biggest takeaway, especially if you're working West Marine, where we sell a lot of Simrad Go units. Just a couple of the part numbers here. So it is a $449 pack. And I'm going to show you what comes in the box here in a second. This is what's in the box. So you have an antenna. You have your audio receiver. You have an adapter cable. And then you've got your power cables to get it into your Evo 3. I got a wiring diagram here for you. And we will share this PowerPoint with you guys. Just like we do with all the other training. Tomorrow we'll put it together and we'll get it out to you.
Let me interject one thing. We'll also get out all the CMAP information for their Go Free accounts, and all of that will be in the email.
So this was the old WM3 antenna. We're going to show you the differences between the 3, and this is the 4. It's a different shape. A couple different pieces go into it. You did not have to use this base. So there were people that did put this right to the deck. There's no problem with that. Again, this same thing with the WM4. We could surface mount it. We could put it on. And we could
just starting.
Somebody, here's somebody. Make sure everybody's on mute. All right, so it can go on a pedestal. This was the old WM3 box. This is the new one.
Where's your volume control?
It's a little bit easier setup. I hear somebody in the background. Make sure everybody's on mute.
Sounds like Steph.
So one of the things that when people say it's not working, one of the things we found out earlier that you must power on the MFD display and the WM4 within roughly a minute of each other. So we don't want to have them on kill switches. That's what your yellow wire for is your sleeper wire. There is a yellow wire. A lot of times people forget to use the yellow wire. They have to come on at about the same time. We can't turn the Simrad on and then later on in the day, turn on the WM4. We need them to come on pretty close to the same time. We could kind of get away with it in the older days, but right now, one of the big tech service calls we get is right here, is making sure they both come on at the same time. So if you're dealing with a customer, I can't get my WM4 to come on, this is right here a pretty good guess. That's what they've got wrong. Very, very easy fix instead of tearing everything out of the boat, sending it back, and then they get another one and they have the same problem. It's right here. Again, just more of the specs on how it goes together. Here's a wiring system coming off of an MFD into your battery. If you buy the weather and you buy a weather pack, you do get XM music. So if you do want to bring it into your stereo, or we have a product called Sonic Hub, another good add-on sale for $2.99, where they can play all their music and their Sirius and all that right from their MFD. Some boats, depending upon how much equipment they got, they do need an expansion port, but not everything. If this is a 1-unit setup, we obviously wouldn't use the network expansion port. So you got a wire going to the antenna. If you're going to play music, you got one going to your radio. You got your cable going to your display, and you got to have out. Very easy setup. This can go under the dash. Put your antenna wherever you want to put it, as long as it can see clear. And again, there is your pricing. This is what it looks like in System Builder. So you can see everything. It comes for $449. Again, they will, when they buy this, they do, once they get it set up on the boat, they go on the XM, just like they would set up their account if they've got XM in your car, your truck, etc. You set up your XM account, they'll flash it for you. So once you have it all installed and you have it on, they'll send a signal, and then once it gets its signal, you can finish the setup. Obviously, put it on your credit card, get your account set up, and you're good to go. We flash it pretty much the same way if you put XM in a car or a truck.
Chris.
Yes.
One place that this will show up is when you go into your settings. Once it is hooked up, there will be another bar that will pop up in your settings bar that says Sirius XM. I can't remember exactly how it is, but anyway, it will show up there for Sirius XM. You hit that, and then that will give you your radio ID. That's where you'll get it to call in and have it activated.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of been a while since I've activated one, so that's good to know. All right, so the reason why we wanted to talk about Sirius tonight is I am going to hand this over to David Wicker, who is, again, as one of our pro buddies, also a pro staffer with XM, and he has been beta testing this product that we call fish mapping for some time now, and I'm going to defer to him as the expert on fish mapping because he's been using it. And as he's going to do, he's going to go through a bunch. He's going to share his screen and go through some slides, and then at the end, we'll take some questions on this. So Dave, it's all yours.
All right. I reckon I need to request control. I can't share anything yet. All right. Chris,
Hey,
it says only organizers can present.
Hold on a second, Dave.
Hey, Chris.
Hang in there with us for a sec. We tested this a minute ago and it worked.
There we go.
All right, try it again.
Okay. Can everybody see that?
Not yet.
We only see you.
All right. You should see my first slide. Let me
Not
back
yet,
out.
Dave.
I'm gonna back out and go back in.
Okay.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Kind of going back to where you first started, on the cards, are we going to receive the cards before we go to the Bass Pro Shop or the Academy, or how are we going to get the cards?
We'll mail them to you, but I don't have an answer on the shipping date yet. As soon as I know, I'll let you know.
Okay, Roger.
How you making out, Dave?
All right. I've got the first slide up. Sirius XM.
We don't see it.
Still don't see it. All
Dave,
right.
you want me to share my screen? You could just tell me when to change slides.
Sure, if that will work.
All right. Let me know if anybody can see my screen.
Yeah, we got him.
Good to go.
All right. So Dave, just let me know when you need me to change the page.
Okay. All right, go ahead and hit the first one, and
It's
we'll
all
get
yours,
in.
Dave.
Do what now?
It's all you. I'm going to mute.
Okay. All right, Steph, go ahead and go to the first one.
Can you see it?
No.
What in the world is going on tonight?
Gotta do a soft reset.
It's funny.
There
Can
you
you see
go.
it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, here we go.
All right. Go one more. All right. As Chris mentioned earlier, that when I first got into it, I was expecting to see an icon here for fish mapping, but of course it's not. It's in your menu page of your chart page. Go ahead to the next one, Steph. If you go in that and then go down to your overlays, just like you would turn on your radar, you'll hit the fish mapping overlay. Then you'll go into your fish mapping options. Go to the next step. And go ahead and go one more. And then you can pick your view and turn on your legend. All right, go ahead. All right, then you can go through and pick out what you want, whether you want your recommendations, whether you want weed lines, your sea surface temp fronts, your contours, your planktons. But this is where you choose what you want to see on your screen. Go ahead, Steph. If you go to your fish map, the actual fish recommendations, then you pick what you're wanting to target, what you want to look for, and then it's on the next screen. It's going to pop up and show you the areas that should be a environment rich area. Go ahead, Steph. And over on your left side of your screen, you'll see where it shows different colors for the different fish, and those are the prime areas that are suggested. These are not catch reports. These are just merely projected oceanic recommendations from the scientists that read all these satellites. All right, go ahead, Steph. Your weed lines are going to show up in pink. Really, my suggestion is a darker color, but they're going to show up in pink. You are not going to see any weed lines that is close to shore. It's usually going to be 25 miles plus. The reason for that is being close to shore with buildings and all have a tendency to throw in some interference on the satellite. So it's really kind of hard to distinguish, what a weed line is close to shore. So they kind of took the 25 miles along the shoreline out of there, and you'll very seldom see anything.
Hey,
All right.
David, how long's the
Yep.
what's the satellite intervals?
Weed lines are once a day. And we'll, at the end of the slides, we'll get into all the intervals of how often they're updated. There's a little better structure of what the weed lines will look like. If you look like at on the weed lines, like Frying Pan Tower, Diamond Shoals Tower, a platform that's there all the time, you'll see a little spot there, and it will show up as a weed line, but it's something that's always there. Go ahead, Steph. Now, you can put it into animation. The animation files for the weed lines extend 3 days. So when you do animate it, it will actually show the weed lines what direction they're moving in, or they may dissipate altogether depending on the cloud cover. But this is a pretty good indication of which way that the weeds are moving from day to day. Go ahead, Steph. That just kind of shows you the way they're moving there. All right, go ahead. All right, here's your SST fronts. This kind of gives you a good indication of what area the strongest temperature breaks are. Go ahead, Steph. Of course, you know, the higher the number, the stronger the front. That's really what you want to look for. The stronger the front, you know, that's your bait's going to more likely be in that area. That's going to be your biggest temp break. And of course, it's going to show up over on your left side. The lower left-hand corner, like I was mentioning earlier, is where your temp's going to show up in the lower left-hand corner. Your SST contours, you know, there again, that's the tighter they are, you know, the more they're going to the closer the temps are. Go ahead, Steph. Go ahead and go one more. If you notice on the left side of the screen, you can change your temperature range over there. And as you change your range, of course, your contours are going to change also on the screen. So, you know, that way, you know, during the summertime, you're going to want, you know, say 75 to 80 degree water. If that's the only areas you want to look at, you know, you can set it for that range. Go ahead, Steph. And again, this is showing you how to change it. All right, the plankton fronts. Now, this is where it really comes in handy. It's very similar to the SSTs, but this is where your main front of your planktons is going to line up. Go ahead, Steph. Of course, the higher the number, the stronger the front is, the more likely you're going to be in that area looking for fish. It's going to be more bait in that area. Go ahead, Steph. You've also got the contours. Go ahead and go to the next. This is where your contours are real tight. You're going to have some good upwelling in those areas. And that's going to really prove, you know, especially for the saltwater guys, that's your environment enriched area that you want to look for. Go ahead, Steph. Your height anomaly, that also is in your upwelling and downwellings. Go ahead and go to the next. In this area where you can see, you got your upwelling down in the lower quadrant. You got your, your upwelling, your downwelling in the right side. Right where those two meet, that's your height anomaly. Go to your next one. That's where, well, on your downwelling, go back one step. On the downwelling, that's where the water is sinking, and you know the flow of the water is going down. Go to the next one for the upwelling, and of course this is where it's going to bring all the nutrients up to the surface. That's the area that you want to be in. Go to your next one, Steph. And of course, you know, they spin in different directions. Your downwellings are clockwise, I believe. Your upwelling is counterclockwise, or vice versa. But anyway, where the two meet on your anomaly, you want the closest to 0 reading as possible. That's going to be the main area you're going to want to be in. That's where that upwelling and all the nutrients are coming up. Go ahead, Steph. As you can see in that one, how the two interact with each other, and that it just pulls all the bait fish up. Go ahead. You can set it for certain areas that you want. So far, I have not played with this too much, so I really can't go much on what exactly the anomaly adjustments are. Now, this is something that's new. With this new technology and one of these new satellites they've got, you can see what your water temp is 30 meters below the surface. This is what's really neat. So you're offshore, you're in, well over 100 feet of water. You're going to be able to tell where that water temp line is, where, if you want to get baits down to that certain area, you can pull up your 30-meter subsurface and it will show what they are down there. In your lower left corner, wherever you put your cursor, it's going to pop up there and show you, of course, your lat line, but it's all going to show you what the water temperature is in that area at 30 meters. This is really neat, especially for the offshore fishing guys. All right, Steph. This is just a little comparisons of what they are. Go to the next one. Maxar, that's the people that provide all of the imagery to Sirius XM or to the oceanographers that decipher all the information and then pass it on. All right, so here's your updates. Every 3 hours, your sea surface temps are updated. Once a day, your temperature fronts, the 30-meter subsurface, the plankton contours, the plankton fronts, the sea surface anomaly, and the weed lines are all only once a day. The fishing recommendations come up twice a week, which is Tuesday and Thursdays. So that's pretty much your time and updates that you'll get for the fish mapping. Go ahead. And here again, this is your fishing recommendations. You got your billfish, your blue marlin, your mahi, your tuna, and whatever color circle is beside the name of the fish is what's going to be showing up offshore. That's in what you're looking for. Your plankton fronts, of course, are going to be shown in the green. Your SST fronts are going to be shown in the red. There again, wherever you put your pointer or your cursor, that's where it's going to show in the lower left corner of the screen the actual readings for that area. All right, Steph. And again, as you saw before, this is the pricing on it. Of course, the March 31st date is obsolete now. Go ahead, Steph. It's $99 a month. No ifs, ands, or buts, unfortunately. It includes, pretty much everything, all of your offshore features, all of your weather. It does not include the audio. Your audio is an additional charge. You can suspend it up to 6 months. If you fish say April through October, you don't have to pay the $99 a month for the next 6 months or however long, you can call up, say, hey, I want to suspend my service. If you call up and say cancel, they're going to cancel it, and then you're going to have to pay again to re-up. But you want to suspend it for up to 6 months. You call them back, say, hey, I want to restart my service. They pick up right where you left off.
Hey, David, let's take right there, because there's going to be a good question. So if we have the XM4 already on the boat and I'm paying $54.99 a month, and I do want to add the fish mapping, I'm just going to pay $99 a month now, correct?
No, it would be the 99. I'm sorry. Yes, you are correct. $99, but it does not include the audio.
Does not include the audio, but the 54 did, if I remember.
I believe that's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead, Steph. And then of course, if you go to Sirius XM /Marine, you can get, there's several different videos that's available. My suggestion is go and watch them all, and to really gain anything that I left out, Chris left out, or we can't answer. Jeff and Dan with Sirius XM are great guys. If you have any issues, pick up the phone, give them a call. They are great guys to work with. I can't say enough about them. And I think that's about it.
Hey, David, that was great. Just a few things to follow up. Steph's going to be putting it in the chat room here in a second, but we're also going to send you a link to a video on what David just went over. If you don't mind, store it on your phone, keep it somewhere with you so that you can show your customers also, and it's a refresher. It's on YouTube, so I mean, you can go on YouTube, type XM, and you'll get the video also. But we'll put that link up here for you to go ahead and show everybody. So the key takeaway before we go into any questions, so I'm sure there's going to be some questions for David, is we have to make sure that 20.2 software is loaded in the SIMRAD. 20.2 has got to be loaded. 20.0 needs to be loaded for just WM4 to work. But if they want the fish mapping features that David went over, we need the 20.2. We do not at this time have any way to simulate this in simulator or retail mode. I don't know if that's going to change down the road or not. So any questions? I know that fish mapping was new to all of us. We'll take about 5 minutes here. Does anybody have any questions on the fish mapping for David?
I do.
Go ahead.
On the fish mapping, calling for service, they do not acknowledge fish mapping for SIMRAD yet. On the website or call in, when will that be available?
That I can't answer.
Run that by me again.
I made a call to Sirius to have the mapping turned on, fish mapping, and they said that it's not available at this time with SIMRAD WM4.
When did you make that phone call?
Yesterday and today.
All right, I will get you an answer on that.
All right, I got another question, kind of goes back to the other, when you were handling it, Chris. One quick question. On the WM4, on the audio part, do we need a WM4 or a Sonic Hub to get music, or do you need both?
You're going to want to get it. You're going to want the Sonic Hub so that you can play it from your SIMRAD.
Okay.
I believe there are. So I think JL Audio and Fusion, you can also get it to come in that way too. But if we use the Sonic Hub, then they're controlling everything from the SIMRAD screen. So they put all their speakers into the Sonic Hub, and then the Sonic Hub comes up by NEMA into their SIMRAD unit or their Lowrance unit, and then they can play their music that way.
Right. I've got both, but I wasn't aware I could use the WM4 for music. I've always used the Sonic Hub. I was just wanting to confirm.
Well, remember, the WM4 is just getting you the Sirius music.
Gotcha.
Not getting you AM, FM radio. It's just getting you the 80s, the 90s, rock and roll, Elvis, etc.
Gotcha. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Joey, touch base with me. I'll shoot you Jeff's phone number.
Okay.
He can get you going.
Very good. Thank you very much.
All right. This is another cool feature. This is why we promote that we are the ultimate package. Once you put our piece of glass in your dash, once we have the dash, there's so many places we can go. Lowrance, Simrad, there's just so many places we can go. XM weather, it's fish mapping. You know, this is, I mean, even if somebody as bad as I am is going to be able to go out and maybe catch a fish one day. You know, with this is, it's getting easier and easier and easier. And this is what we want to promote to our customers. Once you go with us, all avenues are open. You know, especially if we can get that customer into an Evo 3, 3S, HDS Live. That's our ultimate goal because we don't have any restrictions. When we're, you know, yes, the FS is great. Yes, the Go is great. Yes, TI2 is great, but we're always going to have a place where we can't go any further. When we get that customer to that higher end product, the sky's the limit. You know, with the software updates that are out there, I wish we could show it in simulator mode, but the new radar update looks really good too. There's that 20.2 software looks really, really good in the Simrads and from the release. You can go on the website and pull the notes down and look at the pictures now if you'd like to. It's really good. And this is what, again, we have the ultimate package. And right now, the boat market, as we talked last week on the business call, it's throttled down. It ain't letting up. If whoever's got inventory is going to sell. And right now, again, we're sitting pretty good, especially on 12-inch units. There's a good chance that a customer that comes into Bass Pro, Cabela's, West Marine, Shields, etc., is going to leave with a 12-inch unit between 3 in the Simrad line and 2. And one HDS Live. We got 4 12-inch units out there on the market. So it's a really good product. Couple takeaways. The Simrad product manager got on me today. You know, I've got one so far, but I'm still trying to give my money away. So for you Simrad boys that can get us a good Simrad log, there's $250 for you. I have one that has submitted. So I'm looking for some good ones because that may be, the winner may be in our new software releases as the new sim file in Simrad. So again, he asked me today, so there's a $250 gift card laying here on the desk that I would love to give away to you guys. So if you guys, I know some of you, you're just now getting out on the water, but you know, if you get out there, shoot a 90-second log, shipwrecks are great. Something in the water is really, really, really good. So if we can, you know, get them out there, and you know, the winner, we're going to put it in our new software, and I'd like it to be one of you guys. So again, got one so far. So we got right now a winner, unless somebody else comes in with one. So we got a couple more weeks on it. And again, anything that you shoot, you know, especially if you're running any sonar logs, etc. Share them with when you get your Genesis, share them. The more we build up, the bigger and the badder that we're going to be out there. So don't have anything there. We talked about the CMAP card. We talked about all the CMAP. David, phenomenal job on the fish mapping. And that's why I deferred. You've been testing it, and you've got it down.
Al Bassett has his hand raised.
Who's got their hand? Go ahead.
Hey, Chris, Al Bassett.
Hey, Al, I was coming to see you, but that changed.
Yeah, I understand, man. All right, something on the CMAP. The discovery and the reveal. How far back units will they work? And how far back on the units are you going to be able to do the contoured shading?
Okay, so everything current, it'll work. It will go. So we'll go on our Goes, our Evos, our HDS Lives. I do think we go back to carbon, and I'll have to double check if we can go back to TI2. I can't remember off the top of my head.
All right. If
We'll
we,
get you the answer on that one. I can't remember off the top of my head how far back we can go. It's a good question.
yeah, we can get that. That way, when we're at the stores and we have the cards, we can let people know how far it goes back.
Okay, I will do my best to get that answer.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, we actually did pretty damn good. It's top of the hour. We try to keep them at about an hour. I know a lot of you, it's 9 o'clock here on the East Coast, but I know it's still working hours out on the West Coast. If there's any training topics you want us to do on these training Tuesday calls, send them to myself, send them to Steph. We will put something together for you. I know some people have had two ask for a refresher on Ghost, and that's something that we can do. But any training topic you want, let me know. The sooner the better, because if it's not one of my expertise, I will see about getting somebody from Navico to put something together. We want these Tuesday night trainings to be for you guys. We want to do our best to make sure we stay in contact with you, that we're giving you really good information and great topics that you can take out to the field. Information's key. Information is power. And again, this market, that's full throttle right now. So with that,
Can I ask one more question?
Somebody have a question?
I got a question.
Chris?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Hey, Chris, this is Chuck.
Hey.
Hey, just real quick, I am having one heck of a time trying to get the simulator file to upload in at the stores. I followed the directions I thought. I went over and over it, and I'm trying to get some help from somebody to what, and and I'll test it in my laptop. Everything's there. So what am I doing wrong?
Go offline with me on that one.
Okay.
And what I'll do is we'll do a Teams like we're doing right now, and I'll walk through a step-by-step with you.
Chris,
Okay, I'll be
you might try a soft reset
this weekend.
Hey, go ahead. I couldn't hear you.
I was saying you might try a soft reset. Had to do that on one HDS7 live this weekend, and there was a file. Actually, did a soft reset, but I don't think the soft reset fixed it. You have to go in and select the sonar file. You have to go in and select, like for active target, for example, if that's what you're referring to. You see that? You have to select active target down, front, and scout to be able to see the actual replay.
Like when I do it, it just shows no simulator file.
Yeah, you have to go in and select those sonar files. But Chris will be able to help you offline.
Chris, yeah, I'll walk you through it. We can walk through one, and what I'll do is I'll ride down here to the store that's close to me. I'll have a Lowrance in front of me, and we'll go step by step through it. I'll put it on FaceTime so you can watch.
Hey, there you go. I appreciate it, Chris.
No worries.
Chris, Alan Mullis, would you make sure I get some of that too?
Absolutely. I saw your email, and I'm actually going to call you tomorrow. I got something right up your alley.
Okay.
I have one more question.
All right.
Back on the CMAP cards. Once upon a time when the old CMAP came out, the card married to the receiver that you first put it in. Are we going to have that problem again, you know of, or can we put it in?
No, that's why we're going. That's why we're going to the cards and not the downloaded one. That's exactly why we're doing it. Because if you downloaded it from the website, you would be restricted to your unit, and that defeats the purpose of you going and showing it. It's exactly why we're not. So we're going to get a hard card.
Very good. Thank you.
No, thank you. Good question. All right.
Hey, Chris, I got a quick question for you.
Sure.
Scott Bulat here. The portal shows the Sonic Hub 2 plus low speakers as discontinued. Is there something going on with Sonic Hub? Because I got guys that want them and no one can get them around here up in Canada.
Is it the kit? Can you buy the hub by itself?
There, you can still buy just the hub, but there's only like 6 in stock, it says.
All right, that's a good one I can look into for you and get you an answer also on.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I have one myself and use them. They're great, and a bunch of guys want them, and I can't find them anywhere for them.
All right, good call out on that. We'll make a note on that one.
Awesome. Thanks a bunch.
All right, thank you. All right, hey, I love the interaction. You guys are in a jam anywhere, feel free to call me, text me, send a smoke signal. I'll do my best to help you guys out. I'll be out on the road. I will be out next week. So you guys in Louisiana, you guys in Oklahoma, you guys in Missouri, I'm coming your way starting the 1st. So Steph's already sent some emails. I'm coming to visit. So I hope I can run into you guys out there as I visit some of the stores, and we'll have a little get together when I'm out there for those couple days. And then I'm going to be coming through. I was going to come through Atlanta, but Atlanta's going to get set back to about another 2 weeks. And I'm coming to the West Coast the week after. So we'll try to get out and make sure I can see you guys, and can't thank you enough for the work that you're doing for us. We're doing a great job out there, team. Just keep doing what you're doing. There's a wealth of knowledge on this conference call. Not one of us knows it all, but all of us know it all. All of us, between all 180 of us, will get the answer. And you guys are just great. The way I see you all work together, I see how you share the emails out there. Again, feel free to call me if you're jammed or you're working with the big customer. That's my job. I'm here to help you guys out. And with that, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you the next time.
Thanks, Chris.
Everybody.
Have a good one, y'all.
Thank you.